breaking news, and I want you to stand by. There is a great show that is coming up in 2 weeks, or less than 2 weeks, depending on when you're watching this, on February 16th. And I'm talking to my Long Island friends, all the fans of the podcast. And if you're in the New York metropolitan area, you're really going to want to come to this show. We're kind of bringing back the Long Island Sound Showcase featuring my really great friend, Mike Nugent, and the Blue Moon Band. And it's going to be at the Twisted Cow Distillery in East Northport on Larkfield Road in Pulaski. Great place, great owner, great adult beverages, and a great place to play music and gather and have some fun. What's really fantastic about this is football's over, and you're going to need a place to come out and party and kind of regroup with friends. And it's Valentine's Day weekend, so to speak. So if you screwed up and didn't get your special someone anything special, hey, bring them to this special event. It's at 3:30. The information is going to be in the description. And I'm going to tell you a couple of things, some inside scoop about the band, and definitely watch the video after this. It's a Tiny Desk submission that Mike did of one of his brand new songs. Anyway, Mike Nugent, if you don't know Mike Nugent, he is one of the founders of Cadillac Moon, featured in the movie The Devil's Advocate, and just a great guy, great guitarist, well known in the area, has played with a lot of people. So I'm going to reach out to the musicians out there. They're going to be special guests as well as this debut, Mike and the band debuting at the Twisted Cow Distillery. And you'll see actually part of the distillery in the Tiny Desk submission, which I think is really cool. Also, look in the description if you want to familiarize yourself with Mike's catalog of original music. There'll be links to his Spotify account. Please check it out. There's so many great songs, and he's really got some great stuff out there. All right, let's talk about the band. One of my favorite singers who I got introduced to probably a couple of years ago is a beautiful lady by the name of Diane Lotney. Now, Diane Lotney is one of those, for me, soulful singers that brings out emotion and raises the hair on my arms when she sings. She's got an R&B background. She was a backup singer for the famous Dr. John, and she brings her expertise to the band. And really, there are songs of Mike's that speak to her that she just brings a new perspective to, which are absolutely, absolutely beautiful. All right, let's talk about some of the other people in the band. We got Mark Mancini is on keys. Now, Mark is really famous around the Long Island metropolitan area. Currently also plays with the Joni Project, which is a Joni Mitchell tribute band. They're playing all over the place. Katie Perlman heads up that group, a beautiful singer. She really embodies early Joni Mitchell. So go check that out sometime. But Mark brings a great expertise in art to the band as well. We've got Kevin Austin on drums. You're going to notice one thing about Kevin when you come to the show. The joy in his face in playing percussion for the band is so evident. We also have John Cardone. Just had John Cardone on the Long Island Sound podcast. Check out that interview. You'll see a link for that. That'll pop up at the end of this video. John is a bass player, really expert. What a great story. Talks about in the podcast episode about Music Row and the epiphany that brought him back to playing after a 14-year hiatus. Just an amazing story. And rounding out the band, besides Mike Nugent, of course, is Jimmy Fleming. You'll know Jimmy Fleming is a multi-instrumentalist. Jimmy plays with the Electrics, a Grateful Dead tribute band, very well known. And he plays fiddle and mandolin and really brings a beautiful accent to Mike's music. And then we've got Mike Nugent himself, original singer-songwriter. He also plays around Long Island as a solo and a duo with Diane Lotney. And Mike is just one of those humble guys that really doesn't talk much about his music. He shows you what he can do. And that's what I think the musicians on Long Island love about Mike. He plays to the song and he brings a great joy. You'll probably hear him say cool beans. I love Mike. I love the doors that he's opened for me with the community of musicians here on Long Island. So I'm going to ask musicians out there to come and support Mike at his debut as Mike Nugent and the Blue Moon Band at the Twisted Cow Distillery. I'll also have links for the Twisted Cow Distillery so you can get an idea of what the atmosphere. They distill their own spirits. And I had the great opportunity to meet John. He's just a fantastic guy, a very welcoming atmosphere, and I know you're going to love it. We finally found a place on the North Shore to kind of reboot the Long Island Sound Showcase, and I'm going to leave it a little bit of a mystery. There are going to be a couple of special guests that are going to be showing up for the show as well. So if you want more information, please reach out to me, steve@gigdestiny.com. You can certainly check out Mike's website, MikeNugentNY.com. And really just so happy about this reboot and really looking forward to hearing Mike's music and also the covers that he does. He does Van Morrison, great. And I believe he's going to do a Van Morrison set. So it's from 3:30 to 6:30. Football's done. Hey, guys, football's done. Okay. And now your sweetheart, your very special someone's going to say, hey, what about me? Why don't we have some quality time together? I love when people support live music and these full-time musicians that we have here on Long Island. And Mike has curated such a great group of people, who I've talked about. So we're really excited about this. So please save the date, Sunday, February 16th at 3:30, Twisted Cow Distillery in East Northport. So as I say, be generous with your joy, keep your spirits high, and let the music take you on a journey. Be well, everybody.